Hello everyone, TimeToGrind here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about Activision Blizzard, because obviously as of late, Activision Blizzard has not been people's favorite video game company in the world. I mean, we've talked about so many of their controversies on this channel before, with them banning a Hearthstone pro because they spoke out in favor of Hong Kong, to just even the most recent Warcraft 3 Reforged controversy of the game not only not being good, but it's actually worse than the original. You know, we just keep getting more and more and more awful things happening with Activision Blizzard. But the thing is regardless of how badly they are doing, they are still making a ton of money. And in 2019, in fact, they made about $6.49 billion in all of 2019, which was a little bit less than in 2018. In 2018, they made about $7.5 billion in reported revenue, but they were only expecting about $6.31 billion this year, and they exceeded that. So they're still making a absurd amount of money, and obviously a lot of that is coming from things like, the recent Call of Duty game, because that's, an Activision thing. So the Modern Warfare, that's been huge. Just obviously, World of Warcraft Classic, WoW Classic was actually pretty big, even though there was some blunders in that. But they are making still a ton of money, and it's just kind of something that you have to kind of realize sometimes is, if you just only are a part of these gaming forums and, gaming communities that only talk about, what they like and what they don't like in these companies, it would make it sound like Activision Blizzard is dying because the community hates them and, they constantly are just going in worse and worse and worse paths. But they are making a ton of money, and they're making more money than most other video game companies in the world. And it doesn't matter if, they are opening up refunds for Warcraft 3 Reforged, which they have also, just in case you didn't know. Normally they have, kind of specifics in when you're allowed to refund a game. But they put out a statement saying, Blizzard stands by the quality of our products and our services. Normally we set limits for refund availability on a game based on the time since purchase and whether it has been used. However, we want to give players the option to refund if they feel Warcraft 3 Reforged does not provide the experience they wanted. So we've decided to allow refunds upon request for the time being. You may request a refund here on our support side. I like the way they put that, by the way. If it does not provide the experience they wanted, not that this game is a dumpster fire of a game, you can get a refund. No, it's like, hey, if you personally don't, putting it in the person's court, I think that's funny. But, so even though Warcraft 3 Reforged bombed so hard and, all that stuff, it doesn't matter because Activision Blizzard is giant and they have so many things. And in fact, the recent news is they have kind of in their, shareholder conference call, behind the scenes meetings, they said, in addition, our business units will continue to tap into our portfolio of beloved IP to bring several remastered and reimagined experiences to our players in 2020, which we'll announce closer to launch. So, they're kind of teasing that in their own little corporate money way. They are teasing several remasters and reimagined experiences, one of which is a Crash Bandicoot mobile game, which is being made by King. And King is like the, mobile company that made Candy Crush that was bought by Activision Blizzard. So you're going to, probably be like an endless runner with apparently base building mechanics in it, so they can just throw in so much pay to win, Clash of Clans like stuff in there, along with, technically having a slap of paint of Crash Bandicoot on it. And that is probably what one of the reimagined experiences are, because obviously rebooting franchises like Modern Warfare and stuff like that, that's one thing, but just taking the IP that everybody loves and just throwing it into a terrible mobile game, that's another thing. But the moral of this video is it doesn't matter what they do, quite honestly. It doesn't matter if they, piss off players by, saying, don't you guys have phones with, at BlizzCon. It doesn't matter if Warcraft 3 Reforged bombed. It does not matter if they ban because I watched it, the, communities, the Hearthstone communities, like a week after they, banned the player Blitzchunk for speaking in favor of Hong Kong during the tournament. People were pissed and people were like boycotting it and everything. And I think they maybe saw like a small little dip in how much money they were making, and then a week later back to normal. Because overall, you have to think that 99.999% of their players are not on gaming communities, they're not on gaming forums, they're just people that just like playing games, maybe have less free time than others, or just use that free time in different ways and don't just obsess about video games as much as I do and other people. And it's kind of just interesting to take a step back and kind of look at it and just see, is this really affecting them? Because obviously if Blizzard, Activision Blizzard was doing amazing and the fans were still loving them, yes, they might make, a little bit more money, but you also have to think, how much money are they making by doing these awful things like these mobile games like King, the Candy Crush company? That's probably a huge chunk of where Activision Blizzard's money has been coming from, because mobile games make so much money. That's why we're seeing a Crash Bandicoot mobile game. There's not a lot of new things in this. I just kind of wanted to, let you guys know that I'm assuming most of you already know, but, Activision Blizzard, even though we all hate the company and we all hope that, they learn their lesson, it doesn't necessarily seem like they're going to need to, because, like I said, they are still making an absurd amount of money. And that also is just kind of something that happens when you are this huge conglomerate of gaming studios, when you can just buy massive gaming studios like King. That's just what happens. And so overall, it'll be interesting to see more controversies that happen from Activision Blizzard. It'll be interesting to see if they continue still being super profitable. Spoiler alert, I think they will be. And that doesn't mean that, you shouldn't speak out and you shouldn't, fight for, trying to get them to do better. But just understand that the amount of effort you put into some of that stuff, ultimately it doesn't matter too much. So that's why I just always try to focus on the positives, and it's fun to talk about gaming controversies sometimes, because it's kind of fun to all discuss about how awful some of these mistakes people are making, but also just put a lot of energy in just playing amazing indie games. And speaking of that, the gameplay you've been seeing this entire time, Temtem, already made a video about this, but this game has just sucked it sucked all my time away from me. I think I already have like 40 hours in the game so far, and that is an indie game. So instead of focusing only on the negatives, is your little sprinkle of positive indie news, I guess. So definitely check that out. But overall, if you guys have any opinions on this topic, on, how bad you think Activision Blizzard is, or anything along those lines, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them all. Love talking with you guys. And if you enjoyed this video, then consider leaving a like down below and subscribing to see more content. New videos come out about twice a week, whether it's gaming news, gaming reviews, gaming controversies. Also, in the next about week or two, look forward to a lot more early access or indie game reviews, because there's a lot of indie games that are coming out soon that I really want to talk about, so stay tuned for those. And if you guys are having a great day today, I hope you continue having a great day. If you guys aren't having a great day, I hope you guys start having a great day. But either way, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. See you guys next time.